Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. One Sunday, our pastor, or in the Episcopal Church, we call them a rector, he gave a homily, what you would think of as a sermon, and in it, I was featured. Now, it was a surprise to me, so the ugly cry happened. He told a story of how one Sunday I came to church with two of my nephews. And I introduced them to everybody, and they were like, oh, wow, Bertice has a big family. A couple of Sundays later, I came to church with two of my nephews. One was Indian, one was white. I introduced them as my nephews. And he said, wow, Bertice really has a diverse family. But, Bertice is really diverse, so it would make sense that her family would be diverse. And then he said, a couple of Sundays later, he heard me introducing two young men as my nephews, and he looked up and realized they were his sons. Now, of course, everybody laughed. And then Michael went on to say that my definition of family was clearly different than the one he had. And he also went on to say that my definition was closer to the one that was meant by Jesus. For me, family is a big, beautiful subject. Family for me is not the people who were born into my biological unit. In fact, almost every day of my childhood, my mother would remind us that every tub must stand on its own bottom. And what she meant was that in our family, our cousins had large families, and they acted as one unit. If you saw one, you saw the other. But if you spoke to one, you were speaking to the others. And she said, it's wonderful to be a unit, but each of you are individuals, and you should live your individual lives with your individual thoughts. We cannot think with one brain. You were designed to have your own thoughts. And this was important to her, that we act as a family, that we represent the Berries, but that we know that we were individuals. That and other experiences in my family enabled me to see others as family. And so throughout my life, I've had this big, beautiful family that is not tied to biology. One day I was with my sister Bryn, and her son Grant was with us, and his friend was with us. And Grant, of course, kept referring to me as Aunt Bertice. And Grant is white. And his friend, who is also white, looked at him and said, how is this your aunt? And Grant looked at him with disbelief and was like, because she's my mom's sister. And the young man was like, oh, okay. I think we've been doing family wrong. I do. I think we are so tied to this one unit that puts us in a role. You are the victim. You are the black sheep. You are the baby sister. You are the this. You are the that. And too often we don't get to grow up. I've been watching people lately, and the immaturity is amazing to me. I don't mean immature like they don't handle their business as adults. I mean immature as in the things that affected them when they were 3 have the same impact on them when they are 63. And I'm wondering if maybe we allowed ourselves to have a bigger family. Would we be able to have bigger roles? Would we be seen as more than just baby sis, or more than, the one who, when you were 3, you did so and so, and remember that time? You get to be more than you were, but also you get to be more to others. I think this family of humanity needs us to recognize one another as more than friends, more than associates. We need to see one another as family, because just like with family, even though you have that argument, you go back to the picnic as if nothing ever happened, and you keep moving, and you forgive, and you love, because that's what family does, or at least that's what it's supposed to do. I want for us to recognize that there is this family that is bigger and brighter and more beautiful. There are folks that I've called family, and they refer to me as friends. And so I honor their wishes and put them back in the friend place. But oh, when you're my family, I don't have to talk to you. I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you. You are in my head and my heart. And if you ever need me, I am there. Because that's what family is. I love you.